What's up, everybody? Bum Jamney here again, having a good one. You got, great news today in Australia. You know, Donald Trump, put a lot of tariffs on Australia and all that. So, a lot of Australians aren't really happy right now with the United States of America. Um, and so you got Peter Dutton, right? Put his whole entire political campaign saying how much he is like Trump and all that sort of stuff, and he's, Australia's next Donald Trump and all that. And because that was his marketing, right? Now he absolutely got destroyed in the polls, worst the LNP has seen since World War Two, and so he also lost his seat in the election, and big news just came out of Australia, right? The LNP, the Liberal National Coalition, has now officially split. The political party has collapsed. Now it's just the Liberals as one party and the National Arms as the second party. They've officially collapsed and split into two. They've now elected a new leader for the Liberals. It's a female. Um, a lot of the Nationals aren't happy at the moment with the Liberals' performances, and they're also not happy about their leader choice. Um, and so they've decided they're going to be splitting. And this is great news. The Liberals of the coalition, right? Constantly splitting, constantly collapsing, right? So I was watching Friendly Geordies the other day, and he was telling me that the Teals, a lot of the Teals are a part of the Liberals, and they split off from the coalition, and you got a lot of Liberal politicians becoming independent, splitting off, and you had Craig Kelly, he split off from the coalition, and he created Trumpets of Patriots. Um, and you also had Gerard Rennick split off from the Liberals and created, People's First. And you get to see all these Liberals just splitting and splitting and splitting, and now the party's officially collapsed. And now it's looking pretty good for Labor for the next election. They might win 3 elections. So that's pretty exciting news. And yeah, the right's pretty divided, and thanks to Donald Trump. So yeah, um, so I guess something did come good out of these tariffs. Or Anthony Albanese needs to do is now stick his finger out of his butt and join up with China, um, and start tracking some tariffs on America back, and yeah, that's what we need to do. Um, show America that we're not gonna be their little bitch anymore, and constantly fighting in their wars, and you know, have them, dragging us into all these conflicts, and taking down our leaders through CIA coups, like they did to Gough Whitlam and Kevin Rudd. We're not going to let America take down our leaders no more. You know, um, we need to show them that we're boss. That no longer imprisoning our people like Julian Assange. Thank God Anthony Albanese released him through negotiations with Joe Biden. So that was a really good thing. But we're not going to let the Americans no more, take all of our resources, like our gold and oil and all that, and corrupt our government with bribes and all that. Make our government give them free resources, and find all the loopholes to avoid paying taxes and all that, making billions of dollars off of our resources. Why, we get nothing. We need to, stand up, nationalize our resources, and take them back. We shouldn't let America take our resources no more either. So Anthony Albanese, it's going to be exciting for Labor. The Liberals have collapsed, and the CIA did put the Liberals in power without a democratic election after the Gough Whitlam coup, but they're no more now. So they're all about corporate interests. But I mean, they're still technically around. Sorry, the Liberals are still here, technically. But yeah, we just need to, pull off. The people aren't happy with them, you know, because of Trump, and we just need to pull our finger out of our butt and take the next step further, take our resources back, put some tariffs on America, and you know, maybe pull out of AUKUS, that sort of thing. no more AUKUS, no more Pine Gap, that sort of thing. China had Australia as a nuclear target because of Pine Gap. He got with them, pointed this out, you know, back when he was in power, and he said this exact same thing would have happened, and yeah, the CIA took him down because he wanted to, bring our resources to the Australian people. He was, a bit of a socialist, uh, during the Cold War. He introduced universal health care and all that sort of stuff, and so they took him down because he didn't want to also renew Pine Gap, you know, that sort of thing. Um, you know, America invested a huge amount of money in our resources, and but yeah, Albo just needs to take that next step. Um, bring Labor to victory for the next election, and take back our resources, fix the housing crisis, and but yeah, it's very good news for them. They're gonna hopefully, be victorious. Um, but yeah.